Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Old Gen Gamers podcast. I am your host David Stratton, and joining me tonight, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back, James Maber.
Did you miss me?
I did actually.
Awesome. I feel welcomed.
I understand you were busy playing Jaws, so
Yeah, no, what maybe.
we'll give you that week. We'll let you off a week.
Yeah,
No, I have grudges.
it was for
Jaws is not an excuse.
it was for the greater good, Toby. For the greater good.
Did you finish it, James?
I've already finished it many times. I've just under the high score book now.
Okay. And back again as always, we got Toby Barstow.
Howdy.
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 There's a lot tonight. You've got the three of us, no guests. We were supposed to have a guest on tonight, but he didn't show.
Ooh, whoa! I didn't hear about this. What guest we were supposed to have on?
One of my mates, Gaz, was supposed to come in to talk about Halo, but
You plan to replace me?
yeah.
Oh, bastards.
But we thought
Oh, Maver, we're getting contracts set up and everything.
we
I knew I
we'll
could
give you a one more chance, maybe. But you're
Podcast
back.
dead without me, mate.
You're back. We're happy. And right, should we start off with the games we've been playing?
Yes.
I'll go first. I haven't played anything. I've been really ill all week. Come on. Oh, I've been ill all week, guys.
No sympathy here, mate.
Okay.
No.
Literally, I've been going to bed at 9 o'clock every night and getting up for work still. So my gaming has really taken a back seat. And I'm in one of them slumps. You know, I don't know if you guys get this, but before a new game comes out, you're really looking forward to, you just don't feel like playing anything. And obviously, Fallout is next week, and I'm just you know what I mean? Do you get
I can
that?
relate to that, but I've done the opposite approach.
What's that?
Well, if we look at what I've played in the last week.
Yeah, you go
right,
ahead. You go ahead.
So there's been going back to classics. I've obviously went back and played Fallout 3 for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then went off and played BioShock Infinite, and then Reckoning, and then Left 4 Dead 2, and then Halo 3, and then, yeah, the list goes on and on and on, where you play a game for half an hour, and you're like, man, this just isn't Fallout 4. Fuck
Yeah,
this
yeah.
game.
Just a bit of game skipping. Did you play Fallout 3 on PC? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any mods? Do you play with any mods?
I played with games like that, I always do two files.
Yeah.
So I do one file that I play properly, and the only mods I use are, lighting enhancers, graphics enhancers.
Yeah.
Just, things to make the game physically look a little bit nicer,
Yeah,
fix a couple
definitely.
of bugs. But then I have the other file where all of a sudden the super mutants are actually Nature Boy Ric Flair, and you just go mad with it.
I can't wait to get mods. I think they will be restricted on the Xbox One, but still, I hope we get some pretty wacky ones in there. Just sounds fun. I hope we don't just get big head mode and stuff like that. I hope we do get some proper
From
crazy
the sounds
mods.
of it, Bethesda have said. I mean, obviously, what the Xbox's hardware can handle.
Of
A lot
course.
of the mods obviously being user created. Some of them are extremely power hungry, but as long as they can fit to the spec of the Xbox One, I'm sure that the console players are going to be able to get their hands on pretty much anything,
Yeah.
bar a few.
Is that yeah? So James,
Yo.
do I need to ask?
I haven't been playing Jaws before you ask. No.
Okay.
It's been because obviously with the I'm gonna say mass success, because for me it kind of was with maybe the time play. I've been having to play more Xbox original games, so I've been playing Enter the Matrix for my next episode. And
I love that game.
You love that game? Are you like flipping high?
I did. I really enjoyed that
It's
game.
absolutely awful. Awful.
I don't. Oh God, I haven't played it since it first come out. But
You're blinded by nostalgia. I mean, the
You're not-
melee combat is really well done, but apart
yeah,
from
yeah, that's what I like. Because you're not Neo, are you? You're the girl and the boy, right? The two.
yeah.
The other.
But
Yeah.
you use the black button to shoot. Like the black. Have you ever heard of that happening before? The black button to shoot.
Can you not remap it?
I think you can, but that's beyond the point. It shouldn't.
Oh
be
yeah, it is
black
beyond the
to
point.
shoot.
But again,
But, I've been playing that. I've been playing the original Burnout for nostalgia. I mean, I love that game. By Acclaim, absolutely.
the original
brilliant.
Burnout 2 and Burnout 3.
Oh
too.
yeah, certainly they were far superior. But I just love Burnout because it's one of those games I fondly remember playing.
Did
And,
Burnout Sorry, did Burnout 1 have the crash mode in it? Because that was
Yes.
oh, it did.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of the best game modes in Burnout. I
And
wasn't
to,
sure.
and to top it off, I've been playing some Armed and Dangerous as well. If any of you guys have played that,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely hilarious game. I've just been having fun replaying all these old classics. It's
Yeah, I've got
absolutely
very fond memories.
it's just well done. That's been me. And of course, I have been playing my Jaws in an attempt to boost my high score a bit. But I'm, every pod I'm just gonna say that. You do realize that, right? Every single one.
I should have really been trying to clear some backlog, and because Fallout's just going to take over everything. But like I said, I've been ill, so I was planning on banging through the Metal Gear Solid 5 story, but yeah, that
You're
hasn't
never
happened.
gonna complete that. You do realize that, right?
I've come to that conclusion. That I'm never going to finish that game. Um, right. So again, we've all been just well, you two have been skipping, playing bits and pieces. I've been playing nothing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the weekend.
And that's the show. Thanks for watching, guys.
That's
I
it.
hope you all enjoyed the pod. It was very good.
But,
We had a lot of good topics today. Very good topics today.
well, actually, yeah, let's start there because obviously all these games are hitting, and I just want to talk about a couple of reviews and what I've heard about these games. I take it none of you guys have played. Obviously, we've had Need for Speed this week and Black Ops 3.
Nope.
No, me either.
But and here's one.
Yep.
I've seen a graphics comparison for the backwards compatibility compared to next gen, and I'm wondering why the hell have they bothered to release it on backwards compatibility? Apart from the only thing I can think of is just for money reasons because it looks absolute crap,
What's
really
that?
really
Black
bad.
Ops.
Black Ops 3 on the Xbox 360.
Oh, does it? I haven't
It
seen anything on that.
Oh god, it looks absolutely ugly. It looks worse than Black Ops 2.
Well, I want to talk about Need for Speed because I watched a few videos on it, and I've always been one for saying right, these annual games take a year off, rework it, completely refresh and revamp the series. And excuse me, I've got a cough. So you're gonna hear a lot of that this podcast. I really do apologise. I'm gonna struggle through though. Need for Speed took a year off, and I thought, yes, they're going to come back stronger, rethink everything, and it's probably not the best idea taking a year off because it's still the same old crap. And EA especially do this. They revamp game series and they literally put out a new game and it's really bare bones. Like all the sports games they revamp for the next gen. They like take all the features out and just put the bare bones in, and they've done it with Need for Speed. The game is really really thin from what I've heard. Have you seen the cutscenes, the full motion video cutscenes?
I've really never been interested in Need for
Oh,
Speed, so it slipped under my radar, that game.
they're obviously it's full motion video, and I think they're supposed to be pretty bad, but this is just awful. The game's sponsored by Monster Energy, and literally you go into this like cafe and everyone's drinking Monster Energy, and it's so blatant. They're holding up the can so the logo's facing the camera. One guy's got a Monster Energy jacket on. There's Monster Energy
Oh god,
on signs.
I've just looked up the cutscene. He's not lying.
I'm not. It's Monster Energy everywhere, and literally everyone's got these Monster Energies.
Why are they using real life actors? That's going back to like the Sega CD using FMV and shit there.
So I mean, I think it's meant to be bad, like just like that's the charm of it. But
There's no charm. This reminds me of like mobile games that use real life actors because they can't afford to do their own animation and stuff.
It's just fist bumping and Monster Energy.
We're hip. We're with the youth. All the youth fist pump. Wear stupid clothing and drink Monster Energy.
I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he picked it up.
Oh God.
And yeah, if it's a racing game, he'll grab it. So
Yeah.
I get most of my upfront info on car games from him because I'm not a huge fan of them.
No.
And he said the problem he's got is if you're used to a Need for Speed game and you're used to the cars feeling quite fluid and drifty around the tracks, in this
Yeah.
the cars feel like you're driving tanks at high speed.
Oh Jesus, really?
Yeah, he said it's mechanically it's
Yeah.
not that great. It really does feel like you're trying to turn tanks when you're driving low down sports cars.
God, that is a racing game. Everything's in the handling. You can kind of forgive everything else, but if the handling's off, then what is the
Yeah, I
point?
mean, I've obviously no personal experience myself, so I can't confirm it, but that's what one sort of friend to a it's what a friend of mine who's a big time racing fan has said
Yeah,
to me about it.
and the game, from what I've seen, looks pretty decent. But also, they made a massive deal with the customization of cars. I mean, they kind of wanted to go back to the roots of the Need for Speed Underground series, which is my personal favourite. Um, but you can customize all the low end cars, but as soon as you get up to like the Ferraris and the Porsches, you can't customize it. Obviously, that must be a licensing thing. But yeah, that sucks. You can only do like the low end cars.
So
So
that was
it's
one of the things
essentially. Oh, go on, Toby.
I was just gonna say that was one of the things I loved about Underground 2, where it was at the point where you could even build your own sound system in the boot of the car, and
Yeah, and the undercar neons, that was brilliant back in the day. It looks amazing.
yeah, like the Underground series by far had the best customization. Since then, with like Carbon and Hot Pursuit and things like that, it's just gone further and further downhill.
Yeah, I mean, I think they really lost what they've lost because they've tried everything. They, like you said, that was it originally, the street racing scene, and then they went to with Shift. They tried the simulation scene. Then they've tried the drag racing.
They're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Essentially, from what I can get from this, it seems the games they're making are really desperate attempts to win back fans. If you ask me,
None
No,
of them will ever be as bad though as Street Racing Syndicate.
I've never played that.
I've never played that,
Ah,
honestly.
that was for a start. The races didn't feel fast, but
No.
one of the ways they kept you trying to do the races you didn't care about was you could slowly level up with a girl who liked you because you were winning races, and eventually you'd unlock new dance videos of her wearing less and less clothes. And
Hi-oh,
I think
that's
that's
insensitive to me
Like
for there.
triple X BMX.
yeah, I think that's the only reason people had any interest in it was because maybe you could see some girl in a bikini doing a
I've
dance
just
for
seen
you.
the front box. It's literally like the most like early 2000s thing of like sports cars and some chick in a bikini. Like
these desperate virgin these desperate virgins will buy anything with half naked ladies in it.
literally
Well, it's got
every single box has the lady on. Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, GameCube, all of them have the same woman on.
It was the same with Juiced. Do you remember Juiced?
Juiced.
That
Jesus Christ.
yeah, that had
oh,
like
that's
half naked ladies on the front cover, didn't it?
they didn't quite go as far as the half naked ladies, but it's the same sort of cover art style as like
Yeah.
Midnight Club, or was it?
Hey, Midnight Club is a cracking game.
Oh,
That's a series I'd love to see return. I think.
to be fair, I'd like to see it get revamped,
Yeah,
but it wasn't great in its time because it was trying to compete with things like Need for Speed Underground, which
yeah,
was
true.
amazing.
I remember the Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition on the PSP. That was one of the first games I got on my launch PSP. I had it imported. I'm like one of the first games I actually picked up was Midnight Club. That was a great game then.
I kind of miss my PSP. The first game I put on that was Lego Batman. If I recall correctly, that was
There
pretty
go
fun.
Batman.
Lego Batman.
Is there a console that game hasn't been on?
Uh, the NES, unfortunately. We haven't seen a release yet. Still holding on for hope, though.
Right,
You never know.
straying one off the topic. Another game that come out today actually is Black Ops 3, and again, like every game that comes out, I do a little bit of research. I'm not really interested in picking this game up. The first review I watched the video review from GameSpot, and they give it a 7, which I thought, you obviously expect these big companies to give them 9s and 10s, but GameSpot gave them a 7. I was like, oh, maybe, maybe, maybe they're learning, maybe they're finding these games out, finding, going to punish them for doing the same thing every year, but. No, you go to IGN, you go to everywhere else, and they're getting 9s and 10s and blah blah blah.
You do look at IGN and they're like, nominee for Game of the Year.
To be fair, IGN, they're doing a review in progress. They always do this review in progress. They drag it out because they like to test it online, but they'll give it a 9, won't they? 9 point. I think that's the highest one I saw was 9.2 from Game Trailers. Right. To be fair, I don't know if you've done any research on this game, but the multiplayer is the multiplayer. It's nothing new. I don't think
Yeah,
it's still
from what
sorry. It's still solid. Still works. It's always been solid and it's always worked. But the campaign, it's so you get a normal campaign, but this is what I like about the game. The only thing I like is I think this is money value for money because when you finish the campaign, you get to go through the campaign again, but all
Whoa!
all the enemies are replaced with zombies, so it's a whole new campaign. But so it's
How
like
does wait? Whoa!
It's no. So what you're saying is it's a reskinned
it's a
campaign.
reskin campaign where they just swap out everyone for zombies. So
right, so it's the same missions but zombies.
but everyone's zombies,
Now
and
you see, Undead Nightmare had a whole new story, campaign, missions, and
yeah.
characters. This is the petty attempt because everyone gets hard-ons over zombies now. So ooh, quickly add them,
But
add them.
that's not the actual zombie mode. There is a and right out zombie mode as well, and it's got 4 player co-op. So I think from what I heard, this package contains quite a lot for your money.
One thing that did make me laugh was I saw recently one of the reviews I looked at.
Yeah,
Someone they were complaining that the campaign's really short and lackluster, and it feels like the Call of Duty is really trying to water down the campaigns until they can phase them out.
yeah, and of course,
And then they showed side by side comparisons of the intro to almost every single Call of Duty game, and every single one is you getting knocked out and a guy coming over and picking you up.
that's
And
exactly
they're
what happened
saying
to
that
this one as well. Yeah, because
they're just like, look, they're just rinsing and repeating the opening scene because they can't even be bothered with the campaign anymore.
one of the reviewers actually he said on the review that he thought he was playing Advanced Warfare because the beginning is exactly the same. So yeah, you're spot on there. That's exactly what happened.
It's like, quick, get up, fight the enemy Russians or whoever the fuck we're fighting nowadays.
And it's interesting you say about phasing it out because obviously there's no campaign on the last gen this year. And I think we mentioned it a few pods ago that this is the start of phasing out the campaign. Like most multiplayer games don't have a single player. If you look at Battlefront, you look at
Well,
Rainbow
it's
Six, I think they are phasing out the campaign.
if you look at Call of Duty and what more can they do for a storyline?
Add Terminators.
Well, they may as well have already done that with these bio suits.
I would spend 40 quid on a Call of Duty game if they made a 12 hour World War Two campaign.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I would happily buy it again if they remade like World at War, like carrying on. Because originally, here's a bit of trivia for you guys: World at War was supposed to have the British campaign, but it was removed just so they could release it quicker. Now, I would love to play through a World War Two game where it's a British campaign, and then maybe set in Africa or something. I think that'd be
Obviously,
brilliant.
World War market obviously got
Because World War Two was absolutely. If you remember back in 2008, World War Two was the place to make your games, and then it's been phased out, and then all of a sudden it's out. The future is the
yeah.
thing. Now the future is starting to get phased out.
It
So
got
what next?
it got oversaturated, didn't it? The World War. It's like everything. If
Now people want it
something
back.
works, everyone just everyone just does it. So yeah,
But I can't think of like in Call of Duty World at War. I can think of many moments which stick in your head. But with all the new Call of Duties, I really can't remember the characters. I can't remember the storyline.
the only moment
Uh,
that sticks in my head from World at War is playing on veteran and just getting killed by grenades every second.
Grenade!
That was incredibly hard on veteran.
Miller, get away from the grenade!
But World at War was the first zombie game. Am I right?
World at War, yes, because I had
Yep.
a Nacht und Toten, Night of the Dead.
Have you seen some of the actors they got in this year for the zombies? I think last year they had oh god, who do they have? They had Kevin Spacey in the campaign, but the zombies had some celebrities as well. The guy from
oh, they
Walking
had
Dead, Shane from Walking Dead was one of them.
was it
John Malkovich, he was
it
one of
was
them.
Black Ops 2, wasn't it, when they got like Sarah Michelle Gellar and
Oh, was it? I don't
stuff.
know. I
Or
didn't
was
play.
that the last one they got her?
I didn't see her in the last one. I didn't play Black Ops 2, so it could have been that one.
Yeah, I think it was Black Ops 2 they got that, and then I think there was a lot of Stallone references and
In this one, they've got Heather Graham and they've got Ron Perlman, is it? The Hellboy guy from Sons of Anarchy. What's his name?
yeah.
Obviously, I've seen all the Sons of Anarchy. I've just forgotten the guy's name. I think it is Ron Perlman or something like that.
Ron Perlman or something,
Oh.
isn't it?
Yeah, he's in there and a couple of others as well. So they're certainly throwing their cash around, aren't they, to get these celebrities in there?
To be fair, if they started, I don't know, because if you think back to more recently, I doubt Ron Perlman would be very difficult for a company like that to get hold of.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair point.
But let's face it, I'm pretty sure they can get any celebrity. I mean, if that stupid meerkat insurance thing can get Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm sure they can get them as well.
Kevin Spacey is a big one.
No.
But he was good. I really liked his role in Advanced Warfare, and I thought that was a decent campaign. Talking about Activision having loads of money, Call of Duty series, they are going to be releasing a Call of Duty film or films, a series of films.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, that's literally a story.
A Call of Duty movie.
That's what I've read tonight. That literally
Holy
pretty
shit.
much breaking news. But not only Call of Duty, they're going to be doing Skylanders. I think the Skylanders is a TV series, and they are working on a series of films for Call of Duty. I can't bother to read the quote.
See, I can understand Skylanders TV show for the kids because they want to power sell more toys and they want an easier way to market the new models.
Some of them characters are really good. I think I can see it working.
Do we really need another military film, but this time about Call of Duty?
Just be the Expendables. Be the Expendables.
Yeah, I mean,
Expendables
it's just like
a film, essentially.
It's just like, okay, you're one super soldier, go and take down an entire army, and we're going to pretend we're helping, but we're completely useless background characters.
It'll be directed by Michael Bay, obviously.
Michael Bay, yeah, of course it will.
It's literally just boner food, you know.
Big,
that's all it is.
Really big action set pieces and all that bollocks. Yeah,
explosions.
And there's going to be so much trash talk.
Oh, there will be.
Take that, you Russian scum.
They probably have Mickey Rourke or something.
And
Mickey Rourke.
You can guarantee what it's going to be. The glorious, valiant Americans are going to be sitting there minding their own business because they've never harmed anyone, and all of a sudden, either the Russians or the Chinese are going to throw a coup, and they're going to go and invade America. And while America's defending them, the other country of the two that have been previously mentioned are going to go and do something else once the Americans have dealt with the first problem. And it's just going to be the same old drivel as they put in the games.
What was that game where Mickey Rourke was the main character and it was really bad but funny as hell?
Rogue Warrior.
Rogue Warrior.
Yeah.
I remember playing that.
I'll tell you a story, actually. I popped into a game shop in the week. I picked up Sunset Overdrive for my little boy. And I saw a guy I used to work with in there. And on the way out, he had a game in his hand, and I looked over his shoulder, and it was Rogue Warrior. It said like £2.50, and I said to him, "Yeah." I said, "Get it." Honestly, I said,
You can't get vexed for that, but it's really fun. I said
it's a terrible game, but it's funny, and it's really bad language and really funny one-liners. I said,
"Oh, the shit he says, and it's unbelievable."
I can't remember the stuff he says now, but there's a montage on YouTube. Go on YouTube and put in Rogue Warrior montage, swearing montage, and it's the fun.
There's a whole top 10 list dedicated to
my God.
Mickey Rourke says. You know that's when
you sneak up behind guys and literally you stab them in the chest about 8 times with a knife. It's really gruesome. But
so take that, you fucking communist.
Oh yeah, communist. There's loads.
Suck my balls, my hairy fucking balls.
Yeah, that's it. That's one of the sayings. It's racist. It's vile. It's fantastic. I hope if that's back compat, I'm gonna go in and buy it. £2.50. Yes.
It's Mickey Rourke.
Oh no, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do a next gen remaster, and they're gonna do.
Fucking hope so. Yeah, the Call of Duty film's got Duke Nukem in it. I'll definitely watch it. Hail to the king, baby.
He hasn't had much luck with his recent games, has he?
No,
he's a dying character, unfortunately.
To be fair though, his games were so especially Duke Nukem Forever was so terrible. Everyone has to play it.
Yeah.
Well, even say what you want about it. I thought it was all right. I played through it. It was just a laugh. It's really basic.
Yeah, I mean that's all it was. It was just a bit of cheap.
People say.
It was a bit of cheap fun. It wasn't a great game. It was just cheap fun, like picking a turd out of the toilet, or a kid asks you.
Granted, I
didn't
have like the same feeling of waiting for it for flipping ages. Like, what was it, like 15 years of it in production? So I can understand why people would be annoyed by that, because I didn't really be excited for it. It just popped up somewhere cheap, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy it."
Although, even though it wasn't really a Duke Nukem part, I absolutely loved the Micro Machines moment.
Yeah, the control truck thing when you're driving it around, and
that was the Micro Machines.
I think I got to the bit where I was fighting an alien with 3 tits, maybe I can't remember, but I was fighting some kind of alien boss, and
Hell, I'd still hit it.
I just couldn't do it. But I think that
And just like like walking up to the anus doors, giving them like a little tickle.
Coochie, coochie.
I think that third scene you mentioned was the beginning of the game, wasn't it? Where you just picked
Yeah, he's
turd
having a
out.
piss. He's playing a
Actually,
video game by
I
himself.
remember getting an achievement called Turd Burglar. Uh, one of the best achievements I've ever gotten.
It's stupid humor, but I still find stupid humor funny.
Did
Right.
you get an achievement for when the security guard asks you to move on and you knock him out?
uh, Duke's not dead. I hope they bring him back, but maybe without
To
all
be
the hype.
fair, he's always going to have a cult fan base. There is always going to be that select group that still love his games, even
Yeah,
though they've not been great. They've been kind of funny, sort of almost don't care anymore games,
there's definitely a small
but
niche
it's
market, isn't there? A niche
yeah,
market,
it's always going to have its little cult following.
definitely. Um, Moving on, some other news. The Sky TV app is coming to the Xbox One.
Don't have Sky, so that's worthless.
Yeah, well, it's been on the 360. I'm not sure why it's taken him 2 years into the life cycle to get Sky, but
2 years.
yeah, man, Xbox One's been out
Oh,
2 years. 2 years this month, and they haven't had the Xbox. They haven't had Sky TV app on there. It's been on
whoa.
360 for like years now.
I will admit, when I first got my Xbox One, one of the first things I did was went into the App Store looking for Sky.
Sky Go, yeah. I mean, I still people on my list use their 360 for Sky Go because I've got someone who lives at home with his mum and they got Sky downstairs and he sits in his room. So yeah, he watches Sky Go upstairs. So I can see the appeal for a lot of people. Oh,
So it's kind of like becoming what was promised all those years ago before the Xbox One was released of being a TV,
TV box.
Xbox Watch TV.
Yeah. So again, that just a little story. Nothing major. Halo 5's Guardians. It made 7.7 million in one day on the launch day in the UK. 7.7. That's a lot of money.
It's such a shitty game as well.
Oh, shitty game. Right.
Oh, can you hear all the flipping nerds raging, getting their
Well,
keyboards ready?
it's the biggest Halo date to launch, says Microsoft, raking in over 400 million global sales on games and hardware. So that game's pulled in over 400 million already. And what's it? It's been out a week, I think. A week, yeah, just over a week. Right, I'm just going to let you guys go at this because I know, Toby, you've got some stuff you want to say about Halo. And actually, you
It's
mentioned the Microsoft microtransactions as well.
Mm,
yeah.
microtransactions.
Go.
One of the things I hate about them the most is the fact that 343 have quite openly said that they really don't care. That they're just testing the waters now. As you can tell, it's just a matter of time before they flick a switch and microtransactions become hugely game changing. Because they released an animated video, and I recommend everyone goes and checks it out because it's terrible. It's like a really badly done drawing style.
If you send me the link,
Um,
Toby, I'll drop it in the description.
yeah, I'll put a link through to you after the pod. The mate, you've got like you've got like a red Spartan, I think it was, and he's talking and telling you about how great this game is and how great these microtransactions are and what they're going to do for you. Um, and they, you open this burn card pack, exactly the same as Titanfall.
Yeah,
You get these
rec
one-use
packs
burn
that they're called.
cards,
Yeah.
and what they do is they can give you legendary weapons, and it's like, and who doesn't want to fight with it? Who doesn't want to go into a fight with a legendary weapon? You can store them up and use them all in one game, and then you can really destroy your opponents.
Oh wow.
And a little blue marine like Spartan comes along, and he's like, "Yeah, but wouldn't that ruin a perfectly balanced game? And this is going to throw everything out of balance now." And he just kind of shoves him out the way. He's like, "Shut up, kid. The grown-ups are talking." And you can tell they really don't care about, the issues that people are going to have with it.
The thing
Um,
is,
and Angry Joe looked into it recently, because they said the only packs you should even consider are the gold packs, because the gold packs obviously have the highest chance of legendaries. They have the cosmetic gear in them that you can unlock for your character to make him
yeah,
look nice.
yeah,
And they worked out that you can either spend it was something like $3,000 on enough packs to get all of the equipment, like all the cosmetics and a lot of burn cards,
3,000. Wow.
or you can spend 490 hours of farming, and that's if you have a really good game every game and
That's
you earn 900 points every game, and
that's
it's going to be
bullshit.
well over 500 hours of grinding the same maps over
Well,
and over to
going
get enough cards.
with all this stuff about microtransactions, I'm not sure if any of you guys played Payday 2. There's been a
Yep.
lot of controversy going on
Yeah, I've heard about that.
because I loved Payday 2 and we were promised that there'll be no microtransactions. This black market update comes out, then all of a sudden you've got these microtransactions where if you pay money, you can essentially open the safe instantly. Well, that defeats the whole point of, putting down the drill, holding out with your buddies, getting really tense and then
And
legging it.
I guess maybe that's quite an old game. I guess the only people playing it are the hardcore. So that's really gonna piss people off if it's the only the.
Oh, no, I
That's-
disagree because they've always got free DLC and the new DLC coming out, which is attracting more people.
Okay, so yeah, I thought
There's
it
still a
had-
lot of low-level
'cause
players on it.
Me and a group of friends got heavily into it up until recently when playing it. And the thing that pushed us away was trying to stay up to date with it, because it was every week on Steam they'd be like, "Hey guys, look, here's another £3 weapon pack. Here's another £5 map pack. Here's another £3 weapon pack." And even though they've said, "Oh, it's a free-to-play game, you don't have to get it," if you want to keep up with the public, you have to keep buying the DLC. And we sat there and worked out and realized if we were to keep up with the pace of it, you'd be spending a good £1,500 a year.
So wait, it's a free to play game.
No, it's not free.
Oh no, it's you buy it once and you've got the game.
Oh, okay,
but
sorry.
if
Yeah,
you're
I missed.
if you're new to it and you want to catch up, you've got a lot of money to spend on DLC.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say it's on Xbox One, isn't it? It got ported to the Xbox One.
Yeah, that's where you get the Ultimate Edition though, so you don't need to
that's
worry
not-
about it.
That's not free. So yeah, so I thought you meant it was free to play. Like
No.
no.
No, I meant it's supposed to be that you pay, you buy the game and you've got the game.
Yeah,
But now, even like Mavis said, they've got the Xbox One Ultimate Edition. Give it 3 weeks and it'll be out of date.
yeah.
Well,
it-
the
there'll
Black
be more
Market
DLC.
update, I'm not sure if it's been on the Xbox One yet, but I doubt it will be because Payday 2 on Xbox 360, if you bought that for the 360, you've been vexed, you've been snookered because they don't update it anymore. Yeah, it's just forgotten about. There's no updates, there's no DLC, it's completely gone.
One thing I want to mention about microtransactions is the figures that Microsoft released is that in a week, Halo has made £500,000.
Who's got their bloody phone on? Put it on silent.
That's
Come
my
on.
phone. I'm so unprofessional.
Come on, man. David, this is ridiculous.
Unprofessional.
You're making the people who are listening to the pod thinking their phone's going off.
You're making our one fan really annoyed right now.
You're
Sorry.
making Mini McPaster
I was going to say that.
very pissed
Sorry,
off.
sorry,
Mini
McPaster.
McPaster, I'm really sorry for David's actions tonight.
I'm so unprofessional.
We'll beat them up at the end of the pod, don't
I'm
worry.
coughing in the background when people are talking. My phone's dinging. I've got cats fighting in the background that you can
Might have to
probably hear.
replace them, Toby.
Fireworks going off. God.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to change Maver's name off that contract to David's when we get
Yeah.
Gaz to join the pod.
We've really cocked up the show. All our professionalism has gone
No.
up.
You've cocked it.
Yeah. You're lucky I'm here. I'm nursing.
Oh, God, here we go.
I'm really here.
Fishing for sympathies.
I've got
Fishing for sympathies.
man flu, Maver.
Man flew my ass.
What was wrong with you last week? Come on, let's have it. Let's have
Absolutely,
it out now.
literally puking for like 2 days. So unless you want us to come on the pod and go blah, 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 halfway through
There you
it.
go. To all the viewers out there right now, you've now just witnessed the first old gen gamers, old wives dispute.
Fucking kick it off.
You want to go, mate? 1v1 me, Rust.
Well,
Fucking quick shots only.
I'm not taking this anymore. Being abused on my show.
My show.
Oh.
My show. Here we go.
The truth's coming out now.
Our show.
Yeah, I might have to remove your co-host. Toby,
Oh, you'll be hearing from my lawyers.
how would you like to be co-host next week?
Oi.
Right.
Hey, I've,
Right.
I've always been co-host, but from the sounds of it, next week we may have an audio vlog going on.
Perfect time to mention next week's show, which will indeed. there'll be the news, but it'll be a quick news roundup. Then we're probably just gonna have a long chat about a Fallout. Yeah, guys, it's gonna be a
Oh, definitely,
Fallout show. So
most definitely.
forward to that, guys. Right, back on track. Activision again.
Hey.
They've acquired the Candy Crush company, King Digital. Um, Candy Crush is
As
a
if
game.
they didn't make enough money.
Candy Crush is a game that rakes in millions of pounds daily, but I just can't believe the amount they paid for it. I mean, they'll probably get their money back, but 5.9 billion. Uh,
Billion.
billion. I think
Whoa.
what was I can't remember what Microsoft bought. The the Minecraft. Is it Mahjong, something.
Mahjong?
Mahjong.
Mahjong. I don't know.
I can't remember what they bought them for, but I think this is more. Um,
Wait, hang on. Do you mean Mojang?
Mojang. That's
Not
what.
Mahjong, you flipping idiot.
Well, I don't know, do I? Come on,
All of a sudden, it's an old Chinese card game.
Mahjong.
mate. That's it.
Microsoft paid 2.5 billion for Minecraft.
2.5 and fucking hell. Activision have bought Candy Crush, King Digital Entertainment for 5.9 billion. That is. I'm not gonna pretend I know too much about Candy Crush. I just know I keep getting fucking Facebook invites for it constantly, and it's a huge game. It's always top of the App Store, top of the top grossing on the App Store.
There's many clones of it as well.
What is it? I don't know what it is. I've never ever.
It's what's it? It used to be
It's
on
a
the
match.
Xbox 360. Hexic. Do you remember Hexic?
Yeah, the color matching game.
Yeah, it's that.
So what's the draw? What the hell is the draw of this game? How does
Because
it?
it's free. It attracts people who just want to dick around for a bit, and it's got microtransactions.
I think it's play to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pay to win.
And it's got pretty pictures of cupcakes and sweets, and has a really catchy music in the background.
And it rewards you
And
for
all
doing
of a
little
sudden,
things.
because all of your friends are playing it and they're level 34, you have to go and get level 35 before they do. And
Oh, okay, and they spam your notifications with invites, of course.
yeah, because if people accept you get free lives instead of having to pay for them, which means more people play, and then people start buying stuff, and it's a vicious game.
Right, talking about vicious games, Destiny. Hey, that
Oof.
we can't ever go a podcast without mentioning Destiny. We all hate it, but we all talk about it all the time.
That's how they get you.
It's always in the news, and this week they have gained an extra 5 million players. I guess that's not this week. I guess that's from the Taken King expansion.
I was
So-
going to say, where are they getting these figures from?
I don't know. Well, apparently, it's up to 25 million players on
Do
Destiny.
they just look at who's been inactive for 24 hours and they automatically don't count? So when they come back a couple of days later, it's like, way 5 million more.
I'm not sure that means 20. It said 25 active players, so that's people that's playing it now. I mean, a lot of people obviously played it when it was new and have probably never played it since, like me. Do I count as a user because I've logged on? I'm not sure where they pulling these numbers from, but if it's active users, 25 million is that's quite impressive.
The game always feels so dead.
I'm just reading something here. It's 16 million players in February and 20 million in May. So yeah, these are probably active users. That they 25 million active users is pretty damn good.
To be fair, then that doesn't explain why the game feels so empty and why you sit in a queue for, Wolves Den for half an hour. And
Game's fucking terrible. Let's just get
like,
that out.
if there is if there's like 16 to 20 million players on that game, with how little there is to do, I wouldn't want to sit in a queue for 4 or 5 minutes if there's millions of players online.
Nah, fuck it. Fuck Destiny. This bit of news is just for me because I love the first game. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, February 2016, another February game. Join in. No, what was it? What's that in February? Deus Ex Mankind Divided and Far Cry Primal. That will definitely get delayed.
Wait, Far Cry Primal? I thought that was March, wasn't it?
It was February because it was the same day as Mirror's Edge Catalyst that also got delayed.
Mirror's Edge got delayed.
Mirror's Edge got delayed. If you had been here last week, you'd have known that. Yeah, Plants vs Zombies 2. That is, if I'm going to get one game in February, I very rarely buy 2 games a month, so my February game will probably be that. because
I love Plants vs Zombies,
and
the original. It's so
it,
cool.
it'll probably be 30 quid. It'll probably the first game was cheap, and this will probably go the same route. So I might buy that and Deus Ex.
Route. Did you just go like
Uh,
ultra American there?
Same route.
Route. It's route.
All right,
to
okay.
be fair, I know why. I know why I thought March. It's the PC release is in March. Xbox One is February
Of what?
for
Mirror.
Far Cry
Oh,
Primal.
Far Cry. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that lately. They're holding the PC releases back, like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's not out yet on PC. Obviously, with the problems of Batman, so maybe they're just holding games back an extra month or two just to make sure they are.
Well, you don't want another case like Batman, do you?
No, they're going to make sure they're fully optimized for PC, which is smart. But again, we're going to come on to this topic now.
Look, one of the just a quick mention for Far Cry Primal. One of the top comments to it was, um, we asked our fans what they wanted. They overwhelmingly said dinosaurs and Alaska. So what we did was took that shitty eagle from Far Cry 4 and based a whole game around it. We took away the guns. Don't worry, Far Cry has always been about survival. Remember when you had to build a shelter and make fire in Far Cry 2?
Yeah, take
Oh God, I hate Far Cry 2 because the malaria thing you had. We had to keep getting
Far Cry 2
pay for
is
it.
just way too big. I remember it being so big. It's just a huge game, and yeah, I didn't really get into it. Um, yeah, talking about PC versus console, that is our big topic for the evening. I know you guys have got a lot to say about it, and I was reading a magazine at work. I should have brought it with me, and they had an article. They'd basically done a poll. They went around and asked so many PC gamers like the reason why they choose PC over console, and they had like a pie chart. And like the biggest section of that, like literally three-quarters of that section was pricing, sales, and game prices. Then the smallest section was graphics. So I really thought the majority of PC guys would say, "Oh no, graphics are the way. That's the reason we choose PC." I was really surprised to see that the majority, well, more than the most people said it was the game prices.
To be fair, if you look at um, if you look at it as a whole, no PC gamer will ever give you one answer why they choose it over console.
No,
I mean, I personally choose it over console. I mean, I have next gen. I've got the Xbox One. It's all right, but I look at it like my PC can do everything the Xbox One can, but better with more on top.
that's it. Because
Um, but yeah, some console games come out way, way earlier than the PC version. If it's something I desperately can't wait for, then I'm likely to get it on console. But not often is there going to be a game coming out that you desperately have to have that you can't wait for.
yeah,
For example,
And
WWE 2K16 that's been released on
oh
a
man,
console, but not a
I can't
PC yet.
understand why that's not coming to PC.
oh, it's
Oh no,
that.
it's coming to PC. It's just taking its time to get on.
Oh, is it another Assassin's Creed Syndicate type? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going
yeah.
to
It's
be
definitely
delayed.
Right.
PC.
But yeah, I mean, if you go online, if you go onto YouTube and you start flicking through why choose PC over console,
Yeah.
90% of those videos, the first thing they'll come up with is people think that PC gaming is expensive, but it's not. Buying a PC up front is a little bit more than buying a console up front if you want a decent one. But when you start working out the prices of games, like we don't pay for Microsoft, we don't pay for Xbox Live. We don't pay £50 for the latest game. We actually pay 30. There's a
Well,
much bigger library of indie games. There's mods,
G2A, so you get a cheaper
humble
humble
bundle.
bundle.
Well, I want to talk about this because I've always since I read this article and it really, like I was speaking to Toby in the week, and I've really changed my opinion because I was always under the opinion that PC gaming is more expensive, and I sat there and I was at work, I was bored, and I was thinking in my head, right, okay, I paid about £600 for my Xbox One day one with I think I had 3 or 4 games of it. I bought a year's membership, which was gold, which is £40, so that's 640. I bought a new laptop last year. That was only bought like a notebook, but that was still 200. So what's that? That's like 800 odd
You can add a really good PC for that.
89, yeah, because if I just got a gaming PC, I mean, what would 800? I mean, I don't know too much about it, but would £800 get me a reasonable
Yes,
PC?
yes, it would.
Yeah,
Very good.
800 £800 would get you not top overkill, top of the line thing, but it would definitely get you an i7 with 8 to 16 gig RAM, a nice big terabyte hard drive, and you would have more than enough to run games at a high standard on a
So
desktop.
I would
You'll be running Assassin's Creed Syndicate on like medium or like stretching in the high for a
I
bit.
wouldn't need to buy a separate laptop, and also I bought a terabyte hard drive from Xbox One. That was £60. I wouldn't need to do that either, would I?
No,
And the amount of £40 games I
because
buy,
you'd have like a terabyte built in. So
all the games I buy, even like the indie games on Xbox Live are like £10 when they released. On Steam, you can get them in the sale for £1 something.
And then if you think about it, when you would normally spend 50 quid on, I don't know, Batman,
Yep.
not a good example for PC gamers, I know, but say you went out and spent 50 quid on Batman for console, if instead you're a PC gamer and you spent 30 quid on Batman,
Yeah.
and you decided to put that £20 to one side, you do that with 3 games and you've got enough to buy a new part for your PC to improve it.
Yep.
And then all
so
of a
that's
sudden
another
you're
thing you can
slowly.
do: upgrade your PC when you can't upgrade console.
Well, I think Mad Max springs to mind because I really wanted to play that game, but after the reviews hit, and it came out the same day as Metal Gear, I was like, I'm not paying £40 for that. That game was like £10, wasn't it, on PC at launch? Something
CD keys, it was £10.
that is crazy.
It's not a bad game. It's very, very. I mean, I know I've explained it on a previous pod. It was very small and limited in what it could do. It was attempting to be Far Cry when
But
it's not.
you would happily have paid £10 for that, right? I mean,
£10 for it would not argue it.
it
My
definitely
housemate
wouldn't
ended up
argue it.
picking it up for £10, and
Unbelievable.
he said he, he got a good 20 hours out of it.
Yeah.
And he said, he could play more if he felt more inclined to, but he got 20 hours for 10 quid. Nowadays, you can't buy a Call of Duty game for less than 40 quid, and you only get 6 hours out of it.
That is fantastic. That really is.
It still sucks because when you guys say Mad Max, I don't know, you're talking about like the new generation. I still think the NES one. So it's just weird to hear you guys saying, "Oh, CD keys for Mad Max,"
You can't buy NES cartridges on CD keys, maybe.
Um,
But yeah, again, do you guys? I want to get into this now. Open this can of worms. Do you guys think this will be the last consoles? Do you think there'll be more consoles? Or do you think people will go PC? Because
Honestly, I think there's always going to be consoles because
I do agree.
I'm under the impression, and I could be completely wrong because I've done zero research on it. It's just from what I've gathered from, I don't know, forums and talking to people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
PC gaming is becoming more popular again because it did go into a little bit of a slump previously.
yeah.
But I would say that the console and PC gamers are pretty much 50-50 between themselves. There's a huge mobile marketplace, true,
but
but
let's face it though, there's always going to be consoles because more people know how to operate a console than a PC, and if something goes wrong in a console, it's probably going to be fixed. Well, if something goes wrong in a PC and you don't have the knowledge to know what you're doing, it's going to be much worse.
yeah,
That's a fantastic point, Maver. It's the
it's
plug and play aspect, isn't it? Sorry.
that's another thing you see in a lot of the videos again when they talk about console versus PC is a lot of people say they're intimidated by moving onto a PC just in case something goes wrong.
Well, I was
or
when I made them because my old PC, which could barely run TF2, I was still intimidated that something would go wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, it's a little bit more difficult with the consoles because it's hidden within menus, but delete System 32 on your PC and you're shafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
So-
virus called the System 32 virus, which you should remove.
When when I had my I had a
By the way, just saying, don't do that. If you don't know what it is, don't delete System 32.
don't
Okay?
don't go looking for it.
If any knobhead tells you to delete it, don't do it. It's a troll.
And
Okay.
anyone that may be watching this, don't look and think it's a smart idea when you see these 4chan videos saying, "Hey, you should totally put milk in your keyboard and pour salt into your
Look,
fan."
in all fairness, though, if someone's stupid enough to do that, they deserve to have their computer broken. That's
I would
just my
tell you,
opinion on it.
It's
Right.
yeah, it's funny to see and cringeworthy at the same time, but it's not the person that I feel bad for. It's, the £800 rig that you see getting just destroyed.
Yeah.
When
But
I
like
was
if they fall for System 32, fair enough. But putting milk on your keyboard, are you fucking serious? Come on.
Again, though, I guess that's just me working in IT, seeing any bit of hardware that's actually fairly decent just getting wrecked.
Oh, it's so cringy to watch. Like that kid that microwaved his laptop. That was really
It's,
hard to
it's the
watch.
fact. What made me laugh is the fact that he ran away from it towards Skype. Going, it's sparking. Is that safe? And the guy's
It's
like,
on
"Yeah, it's
fire.
fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
It's
Oh,
on
okay.
fire. And then he got him to bring his Xbox One. Like Jesus, overkill. But anyway, David, carry on with what you were saying,
Oh
man.
yeah, sorry. I just had to get up a minute because one of my cats was literally mounting the other cat and back.
Always with excuses, David.
I literally, if you could tell me like hiss at them, then literally
Is it the cat?
they were on the kitchen side, and the older cat literally got right behind the kitten and tried to stick it up him. So I had to quickly break that up. Sorry about that.
So, that's there you go. That's a new section for all the viewers to enjoy on the weekly podcast. We're now going to have an update on the cat trying to mount the other one.
Yeah, and looks like one of them sniffing the other one's ass now. Right, okay. Right, sorry. What I was going to say about PC gaming, when I had a little phase where I was into it, and about what you were saying about how difficult it is, Mavis. It was so frustrating sometimes when trying to get a game to run. Obviously, I mentioned before in the podcast about the Bioshock 2 Windows Games for Live problems I had. That was a nightmare. It just pissed me off. Also, running games in is it compatibility mode.
Yeah.
A lot of the older games, I couldn't get Half-Life to run for shit.
You
Uh,
can't get Half-Life to run.
Not on. I can't remember what I had. I think
I
Windows
had to get mine running in windowed.
7.
Oh,
Windows.
I had to run mine windowed with backwards compatibility
Actually, I
mode.
think I know. I had Windows 8. I had Windows 8 on my gaming PC, and
Well, that's your problem then.
I couldn't get a Half-Life to run. And where console is plug and play, I think.
Well, it's not really plug and play now, but
I
you still
mean,
have to install it, unfortunately.
one of the things I always used to love is just literally putting it on and sitting on the sofa and playing. But PC, you can do that now. A lot of games, even you like Toby said, you can build a machine to sit under your TV cabinet. Most games now are controller supported. You can get a wireless keyboard and mouse. So
Not to mention, everyone's got access to smartphones or tablets and so on now. So if anything goes wrong on a PC, there's so many people that have put content on YouTube alone or a website called iFixit, where
yeah,
you can get step-by-step video and picture tutorials showing you exactly what you need to do with things. So
everything.
even if it's something like, I don't know, why won't my screen turn on? And it's, oh, have you plugged in the VGA cable? This is what a VGA cable is. That's where it goes. And you can go, oh, yeah, look, cool, that works now.
Who's fuck's using VGA anymore? Isn't it all HDMI, isn't it?
Well, if you look at a lot of rigs like if I was, for example, was to go and put a third screen on my rig that I sent you an image of,
Or would you use VGA to?
I'd use VGA for it just
Okay.
because it's
Again,
it's an empty port on the back of the machine.
I have
Yeah.
no experience in linking monitors at all. Again, I'm a complete noob when it comes to all that stuff.
Yeah, so for example, my graphics card's got two HDMI, one DVI, and one VGA.
Yep.
So I've got two HDMIs being used at the moment, but because I've got a loose VGA cable sitting in my drawer, instead of buying a DVI, I could just plug that in with another screen.
So I can definitely see Xbox One being my last console. I mean, the more I think about PC gaming, the more I think it's the route for me. A lot of it comes down to space. I used to say I haven't got enough space for a desk setup in my house, but again, talking to Toby, he mentioned about building a console-sized machine.
Yeah.
How close could you get to an Xbox One size? It would obviously be bigger than that.
Mini.
Well, that thing
you
looks
can-
like a flipping VCR. Takes a
Yeah, I
bit.
was gonna say, dude, you can get mini towers that are smaller than the Xbox One.
Really?
You can't fit a huge amount in them, so you couldn't go stupidly powerful.
No.
But you can get fairly powerful mini desktops that will fit into one of the slots on your TV cabinet or behind TVs, and you can hide them away pretty good now with a wireless keyboard and mouse plugged in, and your TV as your monitor. Plus, you go and get yourself a controller dongle,
Yeah,
so you can play games with a controller rather than mouse and keyboard if you don't like it. You're ready to go.
I'm all for PC gaming. I think Steam alone, the sales on that thing are amazing. I mean, like I've said before on the podcast, I'll always go and buy
Well,
games for my catalog ready.
the sad thing is, I'm becoming more interested in just PC gaming and handheld gaming, as in my 3DS, which I'll be
Neither,
getting. But unfortunately, which is something I'd never thought I'd ever hear myself say, if I go back in time, see my younger self playing on the Xbox original, saying, James, when you're older, you're going to be using a really powerful machine to watch YouTube and nothing else.
I was just about to say YouTube. That's all YouTube ever
Yeah.
do.
You will feel compelled to buy these Xbox One games. You'll only play one and get addicted to it, which will be Fallout 4. And unfortunately, that'll be it. You'll be stuck playing your handheld and your PC, because I feel like that's the way I'm going. I'm
Maybe.
Well,
just
Are you
it's like I
getting?
said, the
Sorry, Toby. Go ahead.
was like I said the exact same thing before, wasn't it? How all the upcoming games that are coming out, I'm getting on PC except Division. That's the one game I'm getting on console, just
Yeah,
because I feel games like that on console, their player base survives longer.
yeah, and it's a Ubisoft game,
Um,
so their PC history is not great.
you
no.
play. Welcome to hell.
But yeah, that's the one game I'm getting on my my Xbox One, and the last game I bought for Xbox One was probably I can't even remember anymore. It's been that long since
Really?
I bought a game for my next gen
Same, I haven't
Did you
bought
play
it.
Witcher 3 on X1
PC.
PC? I mean,
Like,
mate,
why would I want to play it on Xbox One when you can play it in 60 FPS high def?
very, very true. Maybe, are you getting Fallout on console here?
Yes, yes, I will
Okay,
be getting on console.
okay, cool. So yeah, PC gaming. It's definitely seeing that article already opened my eyes. Then I obviously consulted with Toby and because he knows a lot about PC gaming and
Maybe it's because consoles aren't really consoles now, if you catch my drift. They're more
media centers.
entertain media
Yeah, yeah.
centers. It's not. Yeah, I think the last console was the GameCube, or that last generation of, you put the disc in, you play. You don't have any stupid quirks.
Hmm.
Again, like the Xbox original, you don't have any stupid quirks like online to update. You just hop on, you play with your mates if you want it. You play a split screen, have a good time. Now you've got to go through all this crap, install the game.
Split screen. What's that? Halo 4, Halo 5
I was
has.
going to say, that really bugged me. Where the fuck is split screen in Halo 5?
Halo is a split screen game.
I just think people don't want to play split screen now. 'Cause,
Oh, I think they do. I think there's still a
Well,
massive
do you know
market
what?
for split screen.
343's response to it was, oh, well, we feel that the majority of our player base are adults who would rather have their own console and play online at
no
home
one
on
needs to
their
sit
own.
next to sweaty dudes anymore. We've all got our own consoles and our own TVs.
A lot of adults have kids who play video games. Me included in that, and like I record a YouTube series, Father and Son Playing. I could see myself doing a Halo playthrough with my little boy. I mean, it's not overly violent, Halo.
Well, if you want to do a father and son plays in Halo 5, you better go and buy a second Xbox One.
Luckily, it's getting one for Christmas, but I'm not buying two copies of the game. So
But another thing with like why I'm starting to prefer handheld gaming with the 3DS is download and play. Well, if you're next to someone, you don't really have split screen on a 3DS, but you essentially, if you've got the games, let's say Street Fighter.
you have got a split screen on a 3DS, two
No, I
screen.
mean like splits. You know what I mean.
I know it.
But like if saying I've got Street Fighter, my mate doesn't have it. Well, I can, if I'm on the same Wi-Fi, I temporarily download it to his console,
Yeah,
and if he's with me, he plays it. That's a brilliant idea.
that's good. That is, yeah.
But
Is that called Street? That's not a Street Pass, is it? What's
no, it's download play. It's literally just
download
called
play?
download play. But
Right, so guys, we're coming up to an hour now. So we're going to do
jeez.
this section of the show where we talk about what we've been working on. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I've uploaded. Did I say this at the beginning? I've uploaded
Think you did
Noob Play episode 6.
the
And
sixth episode.
that's me taking on. Yeah, Noob Plays is me taking on a multiplayer game for the first time. An hour normally I record.
Was this in Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah,
Now, didn't they shut that down? I
it's-
swear I read something about MGS Online being discontinued or something.
No, I played it last night. I recorded it last night and uploaded it last
Hmm.
night. I literally played an hour of it and God, I'm terrible. Go and check it out if you want to see someone
I'm going to need a clarification
Awful.
on that because I swear I read something about MGS Online being shut down by Konami.
Well, I played it last night, unless it's been shut down today. But yeah, I definitely played it last night. Again, I've been ill, so I haven't been doing too much work on the YouTubes. Maeve, we'll go to you and your hit
Ah,
series.
my hit
Maeve,
series.
your brilliant series. Me and Toby did actually big this up last week for you. Maeve the Time Player, episode 1. What a fantastic show.
Yeah,
It has.
where's
It's
episode
went
two?
surprisingly
God.
well. Well, as I am going to mention, I've been editing that. I'm awaiting for my NES cartridge of Dick Tracy before it begins, but I'm starting new like different techniques to do it because while I think maybe the Time Play episode 1 was good, it didn't have the kind of style I wanted it to start into, and with the second episode of Sneak Peek, it's taking the piss out of the Clockwork Orange with intros like that. That's the kind of route I want to go down. Kind of comedic effect, and taking the mick out of a bunch of stuff and then playing the game.
Yeah.
And it's I was shocked by the feedback I got from it. It's currently my most viewed video. It's
Yeah, I
currently my
mean,
most liked video.
you're
No
really racking up
dislikes.
the views on that video.
It's taken off really well, and I'm very thankful for because I thought it was cringy, to be honest with you, but apparently
And
it's kicked off really well.
you've got an awesome thumbnail as well, which helps.
Oh yes, gee, I wonder who did that.
Me, me, it was me.
Mission Forgotten. But currently, it's at 44 views, no dislikes, and 10 likes.
That's really good. That's really good. Toby, my man, what have you been working on, or what have you got in the pipeline?
So I've finally perfected OBS software,
That
and I've
that
got that.
bastard software OBS. You've
It
nailed it.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure it out and get it perfect.
Yeah.
But I've got it all set up now that I've been doing some tests with. So I'm going to be releasing some Vermintide videos,
Yes.
some Let's Plays, and what I
I've been
think
meaning
of
to
it.
watch
And
gameplay of that, so I'll watch your videos. My little pointer.
you definitely should. And obviously, Fallout 4 comes out on Tuesday.
Woo!
Jesus.
So Tuesday night, the first episode of my Fallout series is going to be out, which will be going through character creation, impressions, and everything's going to be done live. So there's not going to be me remodeling any of it and trying to make it look cool. It's pretty much just going to be people listening
How
to
it
me going,
is.
"Oh my god, this is amazing!"
I can't wait for that. Definitely.
We're
That'd be
born in
great.
the vault, we die in the vault. All hail the overseer.
Again, I want to point you back to next week's episode, which will probably be majority Fallout 4. That's even if we do one. We might just be too busy playing Fallout 4, but
Oh no, I'll just be doing the pod while playing
yeah,
Fallout 4.
we'll hopefully we'll bring you some.
Well, I've been sat here playing Moonwalker while doing this pod.
How do you do that? I mean, I'm just sat here staring at the notes for an hour. I can't do anything else. I literally have to concentrate 100%.
It's
I
because
just
it's
sort
an
of wing
old gen game.
So I don't need to worry too much about it.
That's it. It's because I do all the hard work on this podcast, all the recording
Fucking
and
hell, here we go again.
stuff.
Here we
Yeah,
go
because
again.
pressing the record button is so difficult.
It
Yeah.
is.
I'm
Right.
sat here putting the strain on me little old laptop rendering the hour video.
Did I mention I've got a really bad throat today? So just getting through this podcast is really hard work. So.
So I'm choking on all that dick.
Oh! Shots fired!
Savage.
Right, that's it. So, this has been the Old Gen Gamers podcast with me.
Maver will not be starring on the next podcast due to him being murdered by David after this unfortunate.
I'll just get into that.
Don't worry, guys. I'll put David's address in the chat box. So if anybody needs to find me, if anyone needs to, Mini McPasta, if you want to avenge Maver's death, we'll tell you where David.
Flippin' love Mini McPasta.
Live.
He's became the mini celebrity now.
Yeah, McPasta, if you write me a comment, write me a question for next week's show, I'll know you've made it to the end of this video and I'll give you the biggest shout out next week.
And you'll spare me. You'll spare my life. Come on, McPasta.
What I was going to get to before you interrupted me, Maver, was I was just going to say this has been the Old Gen Gamers podcast with me, the host David Stratton, and co-host Toby Barstow.
Oh,
I was just about to burn you.
ouch.
Nah, this has been some good banter, but we're gonna wrap it up now because I've got a bad throat because I've been suffering all week.
Jesus Christ, you won't shut up about that, will you?
Come back next week, guys.
Get the sad
The,
violins out, you know.
We're gonna have some in detail Fallout chatter from the PC version and the Xbox One version, so we can discuss what's different and
And don't forget, guys, watch the Fallout videos from Blightling rather than Shifty, because they're going to look so much better.
Beware though, there is this YouTuber called what's his name? NUFC Shifties. Mate, he uploads some pretty bad videos. You might want to stay away from that. Yeah, nah, I'm kidding. Yeah, but again, check out all of our YouTube channels in the description below.
Yeah, they'll be in the description below. And again, thank you guys. And McPaster, give us some comments, man. Get your friends to give us some comments.
Yeah, we need a Q&A session like we did
I really want to
many moons ago.
I mean, that was one of my favourite sections of the pod so far. Was the Q&A. We had about 5 questions, and I really enjoyed that section. So that's something I want to push. I know we mention it all the time, but there must be some stuff you want to know about us. If you want to know about my cat trying to give the other cat one, ask about it. You know,
because David really wants to talk about his cat getting it. You know,
I told you that's a new section in the pod, man.
The weekly cat update. If you guys want to know what I've been taking for my throat, just ask and I'll tell you what.
It's a nice big 12-ounce piece of dick.
Oof, savage.
Right, I'm gonna go before I get it. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna cry because I've just been insulted, and I'm not.
To the viewers, he's not gonna go off and cry. He's probably gonna call us slags for a little bit on Facebook.
Slags.
I will do it. I will.
Anyway, guys, come on, let's wrap this up here. I don't want to do unnecessary rendering. Come on.
Yeah, we don't want to make the edit too long for Maver, do we? Because he cries like a bitch.
Fuck off.
Oh, it's fine. This can all we can, or it can stay, or it can stay in. Who knows?
We would have been doing 2 hours still if it wasn't for Maver taking 8 days.
Yeah, but in our busy day in life, who really would listen to a 2-hour? You know, 1 hour's perfect for all of us.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna go and play some. I don't know. I just want Fallout. I'm not gonna play anything. Thank you very much, guys. Come back next week for the Fallout.
A good farewell to all listeners. Have a good day.
Fallout special. Come back. Check the description for all our YouTube channels and especially Maver the Time Player. So I can't rate enough.
That's why your throat hurts, man, because you're always flipping, sucking up to Maver the Time Player, aren't you?
Yes. Bye, everybody. Bye, Toby.
Toby's already gone.
Yeah, see ya. I'm gone. I'm out the door.
Bye, James.
See you, lad.